Can we please finish this?
I have to say that now.
No.
I know, but you don't brought up the analogy, but like, I'm sure, Pamela, you don't say some things to Wolf, or, because you're, between you two, who would be like the boss or the more, like you're Wolf Blitzer, right? So you're like, your name is first on the thing. So I'm sure, Pamela, at times you might not want to say, you know, oh, Wolf wants to do something, you don't think it's a good idea. You might not want to express that always.
She's very blunt.
We actually have a pretty, I understand your
But
point.
you have to say that now.
No.
I know, but you don't want to say to Wolf, you can't, you know, as a journalist, you don't want to say, oh, I don't want to.
She says that.
She says it to you.
Yeah.
So maybe you're afraid to say something.
Here's the great thing about Wolf is
I'm
he
very
doesn't have
blunt
an
with her,
ego.
too.
Okay.
He has no ego, but I take your point that like.
I mean, Wolf's in movies and stuff.
He's a big deal.
He's
There
Mission Impossible.
There is no question.
So that's intimidating. That can be intimidating.
That can be intimidating.
That's sort of the thing we're trying to explore a little bit.
So what's been the reaction to the show?
I know. What do you think of
I'm
it?
asking you.
Oh, I don't know.
Ask me.
Ask
Oh,
you.
ask John.
It's exploded. My emails exploded. My messages exploded. My grandkids were all over me. I mean, it's unbelievable, the response.
So I want to go to a little bit deeper into the show.
It's not lost on me. The fact that he questioned the dynamic between these two news anchors. I don't know if you can call them that, whatever. And immediately he's like, anyway, so what's the reception? We're not talking about this anymore. We're done. We're done.
To you, Nathan. So to better understand pilots, you did what you called a personality transfer, where you tried to live as Captain Chesley Sully Sullenberger. Of course, that is a pilot of the Miracle on the Hudson. And this was actually my favorite part of the season when you channeled baby Sully.
Thank you.
Right here. So why was that so important to rehearse his entire life?
Well, in the Miracle on the Hudson flight, Sully actually, he did, there was something I noticed in the transcript where he asked his first officer, like, hey, do you have any ideas? So he sort of opened those lines of communication. And so I'm like, well, this pilot seems to be bucking the trend I've noticed and is uniquely good. So I was trying to sort of understand. He said in his book that his entire life led him to what he did in that flight. Mm-hmm. So my thinking was, you know, these things, you know, we try things and not everything is going to work. And that's the point. Like, sometimes I think the FAA, which has revealed themselves to be very dumb today with that comment, because I think what we're showcasing in the show is that there's, even though we might not have the exact solution, there's stuff to look at here. Mm-hmm. And they're, you know, why say that? Because I think, you know, it's a little dumb just to be like, you know, that statement, right? What do you think, Wolf?
Is this an issue that the federal government should now investigate full time?
It needs to start. CRM has been an effective tool in the cockpit. We need to look at it in the light of CRM and see if we need to put a module in there that deals with this.
That's the training program we're talking about.
For training.
And do you think there should be more role-playing training? You said
no question.
In the rehearsal that you would actually propose that when you were in, and that they rejected it. So you think there needs to be more. What do you make of the fact the FAA says, well, there isn't data? I mean, obviously we know where Nathan comes down on this, but what do you think about the fact, as a former government official, that there's not the data to back this up?
A government official that's been frustrated with the FAA's response to NTSB recommendations. The ostrich syndrome is alive and well.
Ostrich syndrome?
Yeah.
What's
bury your head in the sand.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sometimes I feel like Nathan Fielder knows what's being talked about, but he just says, what is that? Anyways, just for comedic value. Or comedic effect.
Defend, deflect, and deny is their mantra.
So just to go back
So we got to get, what do you do then? Trump's got to do something, or
No,
what?
too high. You need to build the foundation.
We're building the foundation. Right.
Building the foundation, coming on this show. Obviously, you've been appealing to Congress. Go
Yes,
ahead.
and that's what you know. I was hoping to demonstrate with the Miracle over the Mojave, which is the flight that I flew in the show to show communication between pilots. That people can see that two pilots trying their best to communicate, it's still a struggle. And fortunately, in that flight, nothing else critical happened. So I think when the communication lines up with a real potential
Do you have to go and watch the fucking rehearsal, dude?
Emergency, that's when it could make all the difference. And so, you know, fortunately, I landed the plane safely and saved 150 lives that day. And so I think the hope is that the FAA will look at this stuff and the miracle over the Mojave and be like,
And
yeah.
you think this has been going on over multiple administrations? This isn't just a Trump administration issue.
No, this goes back. I mean, we started the show under the Biden administration. I mean, John has worked for,
Over 30 years ago,
yeah.
I have a perfect example.
Okay.
Over 30 years ago, I was flying in the cockpit on the jump seat. Right? The captain was a good friend of mine. Haven't seen him in months. We get in, I show up the airplane late. We're ready to go. He starts chatting to me. We get up to the runway. He virtually stops talking on the runway. We take off. But immediately after we retract the gear, he starts chatting again. And I let it go for a little bit. First officer never said anything. Finally, I said to him, 10,000 feet. Let's redo him at 10,000 feet.
It's illegal to have chatter below 10,000 feet.
So, but he wanted to chat. I shut him up, and we moved on. Right. So there's all sorts of interplay in cockpits that happen routinely that we need to focus on. And that 10,000-foot rule for communications is one of the golden rules.
It's interesting. I know you came here to Washington, Nathan, for the show.
Dude, can service workers do that? Sorry, you can't talk to me below 10,000 feet. It's all about the cockpit interplay. Can we do that?
Where you met with Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen. He's the ranking member on the House Aviation Subcommittee. That meeting apparently didn't appear to go very well. In a statement to CNN, the congressman said this, and I'm quoting him now. He says he's disappointed with that meeting, saying his team was told you wanted to talk about autism and the difficulties people with the condition could have in an airplane crash. He also says most of the substantive parts of your interview never made it in the show. What are you hoping to get from that meeting? What were you hoping to get from that meeting? And have you spoken with other lawmakers here in Washington?
Well, I actually think that I tried to point out with similarities between autism, masking, and what is happening with pilots in the cockpit. And he is on the aviation subcommittee.
At Denims, I'm a train driver in the UK. During training, we did 2 full weeks on communication, how to speak on radio equipment to signalers. It has to be said a specific way so no errors can be made over a meeting, and you never end a call over now. Yeah, I mean, the fact that the fact that we expect people who operate trains, who fly planes, the fact that we expect them to have so much training and that they are expected to be awake, available, not zoning the fuck out because, these are other people's lives at stake. And then other people will just drive drunk. They're just like, yeah, I can't even walk. It's fine. It's like, what the fuck?
Committee. So, and I think he works in that.
Why is this emote real? Bevo steer R.
Area too. So I was trying to draw a connection and really bring up this important issue. And, it's disappointing that he's sort of saying this now because he still has an opportunity to tackle this issue. He's the ranking member on the aviation subcommittee. And so I don't understand why. I mean, honestly, to be honest, he didn't seem to know a lot about, when I brought up CRM, which is this issue, he didn't seem to really be aware of it and the specifics. So look, I wasn't going to bring that up because but he seemed to come at me a little here that, so I feel like we brought him a good thing. And, I don't know what the power is of these lawmakers because, but
he's in the minority. Only the chairman of the committee can call witnesses.
But he can talk to the guy, right? He knows the chairman, and he can be like, "Look, this guy, this guy who's a pilot, 737 pilot, came to me with this very important issue. Maybe we should look at this a little more." And now that the show is out, he could show it to the ranking member. So that would be good. But it's I would say it's disappointing that he didn't want to take this more seriously.
When we reached out to the congressman, he did reference the FAA training manual.
What do you mean?
What was going on, how to prepare for these kinds of situations.
They talk to pilots about this, but they don't train them.
Right, because you're saying it was just like a PowerPoint.
It's I could tell you, Pamela, you got to speak your mind to Wolf.
Right.
You got to be careful. Don't be afraid of him. I could tell you that. But are you going to do it?
Right.
Just because I say it? you need to reinforce it. And we showed, I think, that might not be the solution, but I think we showed some simple ways that this could be done cheaply and easily that could help. And so why not try it?
Do I want to know? I now have to go watch the rehearsal. Do I want to even know what they did as their team building exercises?
That's what John and I are saying. Like, just someone's got to like look into it.
Right.
And HBO only wants to, fund it so much because it's like they want the entertainment value of it. So
I'm going to jump in here as Captain All Ears here. Okay.
Sure. Captain All Ears is the one that listens. That's Blunt.
Okay.
First Officer Blunt.
Okay, really quickly.
She's all ears.
I'm all ears though.
Okay.
We have this picture.
I haven't watched any of the rehearsal chat.
And before we go, we have a picture actually, not just of the statement, but
here's the trailer, Denim.
I've been told my personality can make people uncomfortable. Hey, how to make
You guys want to watch it on Discord? You guys want to do Discord nights?
love all night.
Oh, well,
I think we're gonna get along pretty well. But I've learned that if you plan for every variable, a happy outcome doesn't have to be left to chance. This conversation's going pretty well.
Yes.
So that's no accident. Everything that's happened today, I've rehearsed it. Hey, hi, Nathan. Dozens of times in a replica of your home. This is what we can do for you and you.
You know, just off the top of my head, I would say, sure, let's go with it.
This is gonna be fun.
It will be.
My goal is for your rehearsal to reflect reality.
The government has Sasquatch liaisons.
I love you, Daddy.
With this show, if your performance isn't accurate, you could ruin someone's life.
This is all sort of absurd.
Keep them crying, don't let up.
Okay.
I gotta tell you something.
Do you find it's been healthy for you here?
Are you sure you want to do this?
All right, fine. We'll watch it, chat. We'll watch it. Fine. Don't forget this iconic moment from season 1. I'm not going to play that clip because I haven't seen it and I don't have the context and I'm scared. Okay. All right. Nathan Fielder clips can be like the most out of context things on the planet. I can't. I'm sorry. Girl, you'll love this show. I mean, I watched Nathan Fielder's other show. The one where he gives people business, Nathan for You. Yes. He gives people business strategies to help them with their problems. That one was pretty good. Those episodes are fucked up, man. Some of them are really funny, but some of them are definitely fucked up. Oh my God. All right. Okay. Before we get any further, this is another thing that has been on my to-do list for a nice Sunday fun day. We haven't watched a Jordan Klepper fingering the pulse in it feels like at least a year at this point. And he came out with one, or him and his team came out with one about a week or 2 weeks ago. So I really want to watch it. Once if you've seen this one recently, or twos if you haven't.
Donald Trump's 2024 campaign, I started to notice all sorts of new people coming into the MAGA.
I think that's what it's called. Well, fingers the pulse. We haven't seen him fingering the pulse recently. I made it into a verb. Did you guys see Elon Musk coping and seething that other people were doing the salute as well? Let me pull up his page. Huh? No? Huh? Let me pull it up. Wait a minute. Cory Booker, which everybody here knows I'll say it. I don't like Cory Booker. Okay, I'll say it. All right. I'll say it. I don't like him. But there was a period of time where I liked him because he was kind of shitting on the Dems. And recently it's just been none of that at all, even a little. Don't get me wrong. He kind of was eating during some of the primary debates. He was eating a little, but that's where my enjoyment stops. Okay. This legacy media is one big psyop and it's Cory Booker doing a salute, but someone put the two side by side and here's the thing. Okay. I'm the first person to shit on Cory Booker and to call him a corporate shill. But if you think these look the same, you're actually delusional. Now don't get me wrong. You just shouldn't get anywhere near any of this regardless. But when we're comparing, when you're the guy who did it full gusto, twice for emphasis, straight arm completely, fingers not stretched out, fingers nice and solid, you were doing the Nazi salute. You were doing it. Cory Booker isn't out there saying there's a white genocide in South Africa or that immigrants are replacing white people in America. And that's the problem with Elon Musk trying to claim plausible deniability and say he isn't Nazi saluting. It's really? The guy who's constantly responding to outright Nazi accounts saying, you're telling the absolute truth. 100 emoji. I'm going to go talk to the far-right party in Germany. I'm supposed to believe that that guy would say, well, the salute is just a step too far. Yeah, I'll support the far-right party in Germany. Yeah, I'll reply to and boost all of the Nazi accounts on my website. But me, Elon Musk, that I would ever, ever, ever salute? Of course not. Of course not. It's like, these are literally the accounts that he responds to. This is straight up Nazi account Elon. This is a straight up Nazi account that Elon is boosting. We have a legitimate neo-Nazi controlling this country right now. And it's this post saying, why didn't anyone, it's like a little, it's like an old cartoon. I don't know what you would call an old little drawing or something. Why didn't anyone protect the little girls? And then the dad says, well, honey, we didn't want to be labeled racist or far right. And then the son says, what an F slur. And then Elon responds 100 emoji. Sorry, this chatter. This girl knows nothing about Nazis and should shut her mouth. I'm out. Everyone here is a pussy. You don't think Elon Musk responding to an account that posts the Nazi regalia and symbols and says prevail, and then posts photos of swastikas and says we are so back, and then posts the extermination of our race with a video of someone saying this used to be a white country? You don't think Elon Musk helping promote these pages, you don't think this guy's a Nazi? You don't think the guy tweeting this out is a Nazi? If you don't think that, you're actually fried. You're fried. You're completely fried.